All right. Second part of 9.2. Did I just see that? The second part of 9.3. That's what I meant. But I got to get my clock started so I don't go over time. Okay, so we saw how to find an area of a triangle using trig on that last one. And in this one, okay, remember that angle B, the sign that goes right across from that, that's my B side. Okay, my C side is the one that's opposite of the C angle, and I've got A. So what I've got here, I've got B equals 17, I have C equals 19, and I have angle A, which is 135 degrees. So I am going to use the area of this triangle is 1/2 B times C times sine of A. So I have 1/2 17 times 19 times the sine of 135 degrees. And I could put it into my calculator. I could just switch this to 0.5 and then multiply the rest. And I put that in my calculator and I end up getting 114.2. And this doesn't give me any kind of, inches or meters or whatever. So I'm just going to say units squared. All right, let's move on. Again, if you need to pause and look at this again. All right, so this one I do want you to try. So now I actually do want you to pause. So go ahead and pause it. Go ahead. Okay, good, you're back. All right, so hopefully, let's see how you did on this one. Look, we've got A and we've got C. We've got those sides, and we have the angle B. I would draw a triangle, but in this case, I really don't think that you need to. I think that you're going to be okay. I usually like to draw triangles, but in this case, I think when we have this area formula memorized, it's pretty straightforward. So the area of this triangle is 1/2 times A times C times the sine of B. So we have 1/2 times 19 times 14 times the sine of 60 degrees. And you throw that in your calculator, and you should have gotten 115.2 units squared. All right. So next question, because that really wasn't the law of sines. We're coming up to that, but they did want to cover the area. All right, so the law of sines, I'm going to give it to you, but you need to know when you can use it, because we also have a law of cosines, and we need to know when we can use those things. So you can use the law of sines. I should say it. You can use it on angle side or angle side angle triangles. Okay, so you need two angles and a side. All right, you can also use them on side angle, but it's a little more tricky, so we're going to cover that after we do these two. Okay, so here it is. Dun, dun, dun. Here is the law of sines. Okay, here's my triangle, angles A, B, and C, and then they have their corresponding sides, across the angles. All right, but here it is. This is it. Really, really easy to memorize. And since it can be like this, I can also flip it. Okay, the A's go together, the B's go together, and the C's go together. And they make a fraction. Okay, so sine of A over the length of A is the same thing as the sine of B over the length of B, of that side. Okay, and sine C over C. So let's look at some examples. Okay, so this says, okay, solving a triangle for the AAS or ASA case. So when I'm solving a triangle, remember, I need all of my angles and I need all of my sides. So let's look at the information I do have. I have B, that's 25 degrees. I've got C, that's 107 degrees. And I've got the side 15. Excuse me, and that is here. All right, well, first of all, I really need to look at this and see if I can do any of this without, any of the theorems or anything. And I can. Okay, I subtract. If I do 180 minus 25 minus 107, I get, I don't know, I didn't write it in my notes, so I'll have to use my calculator. 180 minus 107 minus 25 is 48 degrees. So that's at least is a good start. And now if I use the rule, the law of sines, okay, I remember that I can do it either way, either one on top, but I've got the sine of A over A, that equals the sine of B over B, and then the sine of C over C. So sine of, I can just start plugging in, sine of 48 over, I don't know A. Okay, I do know little b though. Sine of the angle 25 degrees over 15. So that one, I've got all the information. Okay, so if I'm finding A, we'll find C in a minute. Okay, I cross multiply, so I have 15 going this way. I've got 15 times sine of 48 equals this way. And remember, I can cross multiply because I have an equal sign. So I've got A times sine of 25, divide both sides by 25, sine of 25. Okay, and A, I just throw this in my calculator. Again, make sure that your calculator is in degrees. So 15 times the sine of 48, and I hit enter or equals, and then sine of 25, and you will get 26.4. All right, so now let's find sine of C. So we have sine of 25 degrees over 15, okay? That's B, that's the information that I have. And I'm going to make it equal to sine of 107 degrees over C. And there's my variable. Okay, cross multiply again. I have C times sine 25 equals 15 times sine of 107. Okay, here's my variable. So I need to divide both sides by sine of 25. Okay, sine of 25. And C is going to equal this. And when I put that in my calculator, I get 33.9. So I have solved the triangle because I have all those sides. Okay, gotta stop again.